Okay. And before I leave today, I brought some caulking. I'll go ahead and caulk this too. Once the caulking dries, this is going to be nice and sturdy. Granted, it's only nailed with little nails, and if you want to push on this a little bit in between these nails, you can a little bit, and it would slightly flex. But once you get the caulking down on there, it's going to be nice like that. It's going to be all nice and secure. And I'll do the nail heads before I leave, and then probably one more time I may have to do the nail heads again. When you do that with caulking, lots of times it depresses just a little bit. Painters, they probably use putty, and lots of times I've seen painters, they'll use putty and put a little bit on there and wipe it off with a putty knife and do the next one, and then you don't get those dipping in. You don't have to worry about that when you caulk on there, because it's all going to grab from this side to that side, and so one coat's going to be plenty on that, and then that's going to be nice and secure. And I've got that door fixed now. Here's something else that's going to help me with my project. No, not the coffee at McDonald's. $1 for a small, medium, or large. Of course I got the large. And I've got my phone set on, see? Classic rock. Oh, now I missed it. Classic rock radio. And I usually play that. That's really interesting. They get some of the stories and stuff. And I even brought my charger because I don't want my phone to run out. And so I can listen to music all day long. Of course, that's going to help me with my project. And there's a couple other things I have to do before I paint this door. And you'll have to watch that on another video under painting and stuff. I'll just give you one little tip. When I take these off, see all the black on here? Look at that. They're around each hinge. These hinge pin knuckles spit residue out through there when the pins get worn and when they get rusty, or if they haven't been lubed lately. See, look, they're on the outside and over here and on the inside. And see, when they spit, when you have a raised panel door, you've got to look at that too, because look at this. Look at that right there. If I rub on that, see, I get it. Look at that. I get it all on my finger. All that needs to be cleaned. Look at this one here. See? It's right there, no lie. And on this one's usually going to fall down. You're not generally going to see any on that top edge, but of course, before I paint, I'll take my simple green. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to do it after I get these hinges off, because then I can get on the nooks and crannies on there, because when I get ready to paint, I don't want to paint over this stuff. And it'll do it again. Now look at that hinge there. See, you also have to see it. It'll spit right in there. Look at that. See? It gets all on there. There's more. Look at that down there. These doors are probably 15 years old. I can pretty much look on any door. See there? This is the door I've been working on. It's there. And there's some right in there. There's some down at the bottom one. And it's just kind of like the same places. See? Right there, right there. It's spit all the way over. There's some more right there. And so forth and so on. So when I pull these doors down, that's one thing. I've got to clean all this stuff off the doors before I start sanding the doors and stuff. And on the door jambs, I'm going to have to clean all that stuff off. And I'll have to get everything off these doors and the door jambs before I think about painting. It's always on white door jambs. Here it is again. See? It's going to be pretty much everywhere. And I haven't even looked at this door yet, but you see, there it is. There it is. There it is. Once you get all that residue off and you clean it and stuff and you paint, guess what? If you don't do anything else in this door, guess what's going to happen after 5 or 6 months? Same thing. And you're going to have all that on your nice new doors. Or if you got existing doors and frames and you don't want to do anything except just clean it, get your simple green out, get a little toothbrush, get your rag out and all that. You can clean all that stuff off. But just know, if you don't do anything else to these doors, hinges, and the hinge pins, hint, then it's going to happen again. So what I would do if I was saving these hinges, now mind you, I'm replacing these with brand new, so I'm not going to have to do it on this job, thank goodness. But if you're saving the hinges and all you have to do is take the hinge pin out, and then you buy multi-purpose grease, and it comes in a tube, like a toothpaste tube, a little bit bigger than that, at the hardware store. Pull the pin out and you roll it around in the grease and put it back down in there. That's gonna clean and keep everything lubed in here. It's gonna keep it moist. It's gonna have some grease on there, and it's gonna prevent this from happening in the near future. Any of your door hinges that are rubbing, let's say, listen to this door. Hear that? That's because in between the knuckles somewhere, it's doing that. It's not hitting the wood or anything. And I can't make it. Oh, come on. It was doing it. Meaning, there it goes again, see? Wow. If you have a noise like that, it'll do away with this. This one's squeaking too. Now you can hear that noise, that other noise, as it's rubbing. You'll get rid of all that stuff, and your doors will work better and they'll operate longer. And it's just something that's good. But because, like I say, because I'm replacing all the hinges, I'm not going to have to do it. But see, on this front door, I'm not replacing the hinges on this front door. I'm leaving these hinges alone. But you see, there's more residue in here, and I'll probably pop the door off and clean everything and do a really good job and stuff. But those hinges are going to stay. So I've got some multi-purpose grease and in a tube, and then I'll pop the hinge pins out. I'll put some grease in there and pop them back down. I just do one at a time. See, this is a 6'8" door. I'll just take the top pin off and then grease it, put it back down. Then I could take the other two off at the same time, or I could just take the bottom one off first and put it back in, put the middle one in, one at a time. I can do that. But you don't want to take the top two off at the same time, because then the door is going to start moving around when you try to swivel it up, you know, open it and close it and stuff, and then it's a little bit more tricky. So just do one hinge pin at a time and you'll be good. That's all you'd have to do with all of your other hinges and your hinge pins, and you'll prevent all this black stuff, all this black business from getting on your nice pretty door frames and your door jambs, okay? There's a tip for you.